like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos, knocking those down no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made, walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser, I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's you heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with a slab, pay what it costs.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Lambeau. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a short gain here down to the 22. A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Jacobs again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now Carr. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said, take the 3. But it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cobb. And he's going to have the Packers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. We're scoreless after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Rodgers. Rolling to his right. Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. We often give credit to the O-line. There, 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, Jacobs. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
We got this.
They go with Jacobs. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 36 yards on the play.
Tell you what, when you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. They'll run here with Dillon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Dillon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. Touchdown! Aaron Jones from 4 yards out. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Back to Renfro again, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. A nice run there by Jones on first down as he'll wind up getting about 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing quickly here, and he's got Jacobs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Carr. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. To throw is Carr. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Guaranteed they approach this point with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Carr to throw again. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller with a touchdown grab from Derek Carr. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down, another shot for Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers has got the hook up to Lazard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. First down carry by Jones. And they're going to him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now a play fake. Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Rodgers now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On 1st down, Carr. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Throwing on first down is Carr. And the Packers give him nowhere to go. They bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, but a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished, and now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble, but theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
From the 16, Rodgers. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some explaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions in the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this 4th quarter, the rest of this game very interesting. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps and allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he'll be stopped after a very short gain, and now you're looking at 4th down. Throwing his car. He hits Adams, complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So the Raiders are going to get the football first here in the overtime session as we are back underway. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. First throw of overtime for Carr. Packer pressure, and down he goes. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and 1. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get 1 more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Denzel Perryman with a sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. There he goes left side. 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So it's a win here for the Raiders, and it was Derek Carr, Charles, who was really the star of the show.
Yeah, he was in complete control of this offense. He had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And to be honest, he really made it look easy out there.
For me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spray. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look, see, I was the high school slick brick I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 cribbin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with. Showtime, Mythic Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take 2 and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Fish came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold me.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rodgers now on first down.
Tunyon's got it on the out route. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. And inside give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done. He sniffed that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21.
Here's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones
from 21 yards away.
And the Packers are on the board first here in Vegas.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Had the option to hand that one off for Leonard himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The timing is everything on a ball like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Slant to Adams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Carr now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2. And definitely not playing the check down game.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Haven't been a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Jair Alexander.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Well, pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Rodgers going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Oh, the slant connects with Davante Adams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will push the lead up to 12-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation either.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that,
you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 2020.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half. And that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just have to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it up. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's got room. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
On second down, Jacobs. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it with second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 77 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Hey, take 26!
On second and 9, Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
They'll complete this one to Watson.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Counter play with Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Tariq Carpenter coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Now Carr, gotta have this one.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Raiders trying on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Rodgers now on 1st down.
Finds his receiver, Watson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a 4th. Rodgers now to throw.
And complete once again to Watson. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers finding Christian Watson. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point try now for Crosby. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. The bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller.
Finding room at midfield.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Darren Waller, 84 yards.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Carr will look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now.
36. Raiders 18. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
12 more yards.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The give is to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
13 yards. First down, Green Bay.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Denzel Perryman came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So here we go with the onside kick. They'll need a recovery and a touchdown. A field goal does them no good. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Rodgers to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago. But that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Raiders are going to get the football back at their own 17. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense. Every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether...
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good.